Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It's your boy Emilio Wackbar here, back once again with the Non-Stop Radio Show, rocking with you from 10 till midnight here on Street Madness Radio, folks. And for those of y'all out there that's tuned in and listening right now, you know we are at the point of our show where it's now time to welcome our special guest onto the phone, man, and all that good stuff. So here calling us right now, we have on the phone the real Kingfield, ladies and gentlemen. So please help me give him a nice warm round of applause. Yo, Phil, what's good, homie? Welcome to the show.
Yo, what's the word? What's the word, man? How you doing, brother?
Everything's
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, you're absolutely welcome, and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to call up here, man. Everything is good, and I hope all is good with you, and I hope you're staying cool in this crazy-ass heat.
Oh, man, it's hot as hell out here, man. I'm out in Indianapolis, man. It's burning up, brother.
Okay. That's where my grandfather's from. He's from Marion, actually. But, you know, I got a lot of family out there in Indiana and stuff like that I haven't gotten a chance to meet because we never had that opportunity to go out there and get to meet them, man. So, you know, shout out to Indianapolis, man. Always got a near dear place in my heart, you know, especially on the strength of my grandfather and all that.
Oh, man, that's what's up, man. I do a lot of shows out in Marion, man. Shout out to Team Unity. That's a group I work with out there in Marion. They throw a lot of shows. Okay. They're definitely very dope people, man. So shout out to Marion, Indiana, too.
No doubt about that, man. Shit, fucking around, probably done ran across to some of my family and stuff like that and didn't even know it.
Man, most likely. You know, it's a small world.
Absolutely, man. But with that being said, man, you know, we here once again, we have you on, you know, as our guest tonight, yo. So we'll start with, you know, telling the people a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, I'm the real Kingfield, artist from Indiana. I was born in Bloomington, Indiana, lived in Indianapolis. I'm really from more places in Indiana. I lived in Philly, lived in Florida, California, San Antonio, Texas. Man, I done been all across the country just trying to, you know, make this music stuff happen, networking, meeting people, working, living life. I'm a producer, engineer, do my own graphics, edit a lot of my own videos along with my brother, partner in crime, Bodyhead TV. You know, I'm just in these streets just trying to make it happen. This is what I do. If people who know me, they know me. I am music. I'm like a big walking music. You know, I'm in the studio now. Like I live in the studio all day, every day.
I hear that, man. And shout out to you, man, on the strength of your work ethic, man, because I love it when I'm having these interviews and I'm happy to, you know, be talking to you at the moment when you're actually in the studio getting set to, you know, work on some joints. So you're taking a quick break just to come and rock with us and all that good stuff, man. So we appreciate that, man. But with that being said, man, Indianapolis, you know, when people really think about Indianapolis, they think about the Indy 500. They think about, you know, the Indianapolis Colts, the Indiana Pacers, but they don't really think too much about, you know, the music industry or the music scene when it comes to that, man. So how is the music scene in Indianapolis right now?
The music scene in Indianapolis is great. It's a lot of dope artists out here, a lot of younger artists. They're actually working, man. Guys are out here putting their foot to the pedal, guys and girls. They're out here making it happen. Shout out to all the younger artists in that, man. Keep grinding. Make this shit happen, man. I'm a little older. I'm 32. But I work with tons of artists, man. I'm a little seasoned, so I know what I'm doing as far as in the studio. I know how to put together a banging song. The streets really rock with me. The older rappers that I grew up listening to in Indianapolis kind of paved the way for me. I'm like a studio baby. You know, my uncle was a big producer here in Indianapolis in the 80s and 90s. If you did music in Indianapolis, you did it with my uncle, Sir Hart, you know, back in the day. So I kind of came up through that pipeline. So I know everybody that does music here. DJ Ready Rock's that's on the radio every night here in Indianapolis on Hot 96.3. He did two of my mixtapes for me, The Lost Kingdom and The Legend of the Real Kingfield. Both of those on that Piff. Dope projects with me and Coach Red. The scene is good, man, and a lot of people, you know, in every city, it's a crab in the bucket type of mentality. But the ones that are rocking with you and that are ready to network, which most of the time it's the younger artists and the younger people, them are the people that I reach out to and that really rock with my music because, you know, they can, you know, it's like I'm talking to them, like I'm teaching them some stuff. I done been through what they've been through already, you know, so they really rock with me more than a lot of the older guys that are trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do, you know. But shout out to them too, you know, because it's a few of those guys that, you know, that really support my movement as well, you know.
Now, would you say you get more enjoyment out of being an artist or more enjoyment out of actually, you know, the production aspect of it?
Man, I like the artist part more, just because I started I was rapping first. I'm a rapper first. You know, I picked up on the producing and the engineering and everything else because I didn't have nobody to do it for me. And you know, when you're from the ghetto and you ain't got no money, you got to make a way to do it. So I taught myself how to do it. And now I done put in all this work and all this time and hours of just perfecting my craft. Now it's good. You know, I can sit back and tell myself, nah, you pretty damn good, Kingfield. You know, and people hear my music, that's what they say. They're like, damn, who was that? That's you? I'm like, yeah, that's me, man. And yeah, so it's just a good feeling. I like being an artist, but I do love producing. I make some fire beats and I put together some fire content for other people's dreams. You know, I do like helping them out too. So, I mean, it's about half and half for me.
I hear that, man. It's definitely in your DNA, you know, it's definitely mentioning the fact that, you know, your uncle was a major figure in the music scene back in the, you know, the late 80s, early 90s and all that stuff like that. So, you know, I know it's definitely in your DNA. And that's the one good thing about it is when you have so many influences like that around you that can kind of, you know, even though you're learning on your own, but you got so many people out there that you can go and, you know, pick their brain to get a little bit of knowledge and learn something that you may not have known already. That's always good to have in your corner, man.
Man, it's always a good thing to have in my corner. Unfortunately, my uncle, he's incarcerated for a murder that he did not commit here in Indianapolis. So I really been just trying to really get my weight up, get my money up, so I can help him get the right legal aid to get up out of those situations. You know, because unfortunately, Indianapolis is a rough place. You know. And, you know, sometimes when you surround yourself around the wrong folks, you know, things tend to happen, you know, so free my Uncle Sir Hart. He's an innocent man, you know, and, you know, your nephew's out here pushing for you.
No doubt about that, man. Much respect and much love on that one right there. And I hope that situation works out in your uncle's favor, man. Cause, you know, we hear so many sad stories about so many people, especially here in New York, man, that spend so much time behind bars for, you know, offenses and crimes they didn't commit just to get exonerated so many years later. By that time, you know, so much of your life has already gone by. So, you know, my prayers and my, you know, well wishes and thoughts for your uncle, man. Hopefully he gets through that situation, man.
Nah, thank you, man. God has what's best for him in mind already, so I ain't worried about it, and I know he's good. And we're going to make this music shit happen, you know, because we do got a story to tell. You know, my family, myself, Indianapolis, we got a lot of stories to tell out of Indianapolis that a lot of people don't get to hear. But I'm going to tell y'all, Kingfield's one of the dopest ones.
I like that. I like that energy right there, man. And this right here, it seems like it was meant to happen because last night, you know, I was listening to a good friend of mine, you know, he goes by the name of DJ Kawan, and he has the mixtape show that he has on his own radio station. And he played a joint from an Indianapolis-based artist by the name of Vic Spencer. And that was the first time I heard some music from out of Indiana, and I heard it and I'm like, yo, this shit right here sound crazy. And now here today we got you here on the show, man. So that must means that it's time for, you know, people out here that's not really up on the scene now in Indianapolis. I feel as though it's time for people to shine a spotlight on that, you know. So I want to say thank you first and foremost for you being the first Indianapolis based artist to ever come up here on this platform, man. You made history here today, man.
Oh man, that's a big deal for me. That's a big deal. I'm definitely gonna put that on my resume. You know, that's a good thing, man. Thanks for having me again, y'all. Cause like it's not easy coming out of Indianapolis, man. It's tough, man. But you know, all the people that I know that's making music out of here, and that I run into. Now I'm going running to, I know they work ethics like mine. I know they probably do a number of things like engineer for themselves or make beats for themselves, or, you know, they putting in the footwork to promote their own shows or do their own thing, because not a lot of people are coming out and just knocking on the doors here It's actually something going on right now at one of these studios. There's some A&Rs in town. I wasn't able to make it today because I already had some pre-scheduled plans, and I just found out about it like an hour ago. So people are starting to come out here, and people are starting to get their eyes on Indianapolis. And when they hear what the real Kingfield got to offer, there ain't going to be no looking back. It's going to be up from there. And that's on my life.
Now, when it comes down to that, man, do you want to be the first artist to break the mold for Indianapolis?
If that would be great, because like my catalog is so vast. I got so much good music. I got years and years of great quality sounding music hits that nobody's ever heard. And then the artists that I know that are great, they're just as dope as me, man. It'll open up a floodgate of just like creativity and hits, man. I know it's hits here from the artists that work like me. Yeah, I mean, there's some stuff here that I don't like either. You know, that I don't think is good. But it is some dope shit here that comes right out of Indianapolis, and you'll be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
hell is that? Yeah.
Like I said, like I was listening to Vic Spencer's joint, and I'm like, yo, I've never heard this before, and at first I thought it was somebody else that I knew, and then I'm like, my man, he was like, nah, his name is Vic Spencer, he's from Indianapolis. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, like, yo, I really got to start tapping in now, and I like that, man. 'Cause that's one thing we like to do here on this platform. We don't like to really we do. When it comes to the major markets, we shine a light on that as well. But me, I'm more so, I like to get into, I like to connect with these little pockets around the country that a lot of people ain't really paying attention, to right now, and especially places like Indianapolis. And then you got places like West Virginia, you got Charleston, West Virginia, where you got Duck City Music out there. They doing their thing. They making a lot of noise right now. And you got a lot of other people from other places that aren't well known for their music scene that's making noise. So whenever I hear somebody from a different region that's coming along with dope music that we never heard before, my ears kind of perk up, and I'm always looking to hear more from that,
Nah, man, definitely, man. I want you to definitely check out some of my content. I know I'm gonna drop something in that email that I got from you, so I can start getting some spins on my new single, Milk and Honey. It's actually doing great right now online. So I just really right now with me, it's just the marketing, brother. That's it. We just gotta turn up the marketing some more, get out here and touch the people, be in their face with it, shoot more quality videos. Shout out to Bodyhead TV. And just keep plugging the streets, man. Keep plugging the streets with the clothes and staying out of trouble. That's all. I'm just trying to stay out the way.
Absolutely, man. And I feel like you come to the right place, and it feels like a lot of people we talking right now about Indianapolis, but me, I kind of carry the banner when it comes to like online radio, because I feel like even us, from a standpoint, we tend to get overlooked. Especially now with the emergence of streaming platforms. Everybody want to go through a song on Spotify, or everybody want to go through a song on Tidal, or any of the other streaming services that they use, which is nothing wrong about that. But I do feel as though a lot of people tend to overlook the reach that platforms like this or other platforms that you may come across on the internet tend to offer. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you feel about that?
Nah, this is a part of the groundwork. This is a part. Without y'all, there's no me. This is a part of the blueprint. You got to have online radio. I think internet presence is a big thing. The streaming platforms are important too. But I mean, those you get pennies off of that stuff. Like when you do sound exchange, if I'm getting my song spent on online radio, I still get paid, because when you connect it through, like, this is some game for all the younger artists who don't know. When you connect through sound exchange, you can get your royalties or your payments through online radio. So you can still get paid from online radio services. And radio apps as well. You can still get your money from that stuff. So, it's all about just doing the research and finding out what's best. But man, without a good online presence, and there ain't no telling who's gonna hear this interview, or who's gonna go type in the real Kingfield and go see how really dope I am. Ain't no telling. So I'm definitely appreciate all the online radio stations and platforms that gave me a shot just to, talk my shit and really let the people know who the GOAT is for real. Because, it's always a nigga in the hood that's better than Jordan. You know what I mean? Real talk. It's always a nigga in the hood that's gonna put up that 60 on the court. Real talk. They just gotta go see him. They gotta find me. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta find them.
Absolutely.
But I know it's about to be that time. It's really that time.
No doubt about that, man. We like to call that a walking bucket. Anybody that's, able to just drop 60 at any moment, that's a walking bucket right there, man. And with that being said, with your career and everything, like, what is your focus? Like, what do you want to, like, what direction do you want to go in? Are you looking for the major, label deal, or are you just looking to remain independent and just blow up like that?
I mean, Honestly, I want my music. I want to get paid off what I love to do. Mm-hmm. If that's being with a major, so be it. If that's doing it on my own like I am now, then so be it. But I'm not gonna just jump onto no major because when I was broke, they wasn't looking for me, or when I wasn't, Right now, people want you to already build your shit up, you know what I mean, and already have a following and have a fan base and have some money in the bank and really be out here in these streets like I am, shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, if I'm already doing it and I'm eating off that shit, I break bread with somebody who wasn't trying to fuck with me when I ain't had shit, So, I mean, I want to stay independent. We really looking for, like, distribution deals type shit like that. Mm-hmm. I ain't really trying to be have nobody in my pocket and my creativity telling me what I can drop and what I can't and what I can do. Nah, mm-hmm. I want to stay as an independent artist, the real Kingfield, Bodyhead TV, and just, get to the top of my shit. Mm-hmm. But it's not, if a major label come at me with the right talk and the right money and the right marketing and want to help me and they find me, perfect. Hell yeah, I'm with it. If it makes sense. I ain't no 360s. I need my publishing. I need my royalties. I'm gonna make, but I'm more than an artist too. A lot of these guys just rap, which is cool. I ain't a rapper. I'm a real artist. I make my own beats. I get beats from YouTube and buy beats from other producers all the time as well. Mm-hmm. I support the game. But a lot of my best shit's on my own beats, and I engineer my own music, and it sounds great. I taught myself this shit. I picked up a lot of game from other people, and like you said, it's in my DNA. This is the real thing right here. The real Kingfield is the real deal.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you, and this may be a bit of a caveat, and I don't know if anybody will feel this way, but when it boils down to it, do you think that, labeling yourself as an independent kind of has like a stigma on, your career as an artist or an artist in general?
I mean, maybe, but like, shit, I don't really give a fuck what anybody think about me at this point, because it's like, shit, I remember my YouTube page had 10 views on the videos, now I ain't where I want to be yet, of course, but I'm getting there. I'm getting views. People are starting to contact me, and people starting to see my vision and hear my sound. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I sing, I rap, I do all that too. Like, my shit's fire, and people know it. And the people that's hot in the city, it's some artists here that are hotter than, that are making moves, that got that support behind them. They even know. They know. They know who the GOAT is, and they know they know where it's at. It's really in the hood. It's right here on East Washington Street, right on 38th Street. It's right here on 42nd Street. It's out east. It's out in the ghetto. It's out west in Hallville. It's out here for real. And the real people in Indianapolis, the people that's in the joint, Light the Way, forever, they know who the best is. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be shown real soon, man. It's already being seen now. People are hitting me every day, telling me how proud they are. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And I ain't even where I want to be yet.
Yo, I like your energy, man. I really do like that, man. Cause it's like, I can hear your hunger, and I can also hear your motivation and your drive to live up to that name of being the GOAT and all that good stuff like that, man. And I do respect that, man, because like I was saying earlier, I had a conversation with another artist, and I was telling them, like, it's good to be confident. A lot of people may think it as arrogance or being cocky, but in this field, especially in a competitive nature such as the music industry, it is always good to have that high level of confidence, because you can't get out there and come off as weak or be perceived as weak, because then people are going to take advantage of you.
Yeah, man, and we're not about that. We're not about I'm not really industry prone either, you know, like I feel like the industry haven't shown me no love yet. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I've just been doing all this music, all this good ass music, and all these people that really know me or that found me or found out about me through somebody else, they really fuck with my shit. You know, people call me every day and say, man, I got a tape out right now on YouTube. It's called Kingfield the Real Kingfield versus the Industry, Part 1. I'm done with Part 2 too. That's about to be out soon. And like, yo, I'm telling you, I rap on the same beats that these industry artists are on. My songs are better. If they're not better, it's just as good. And 9 times out of 10, my song's better. And people like, I can't even listen to their song no more, bro. I'm listening to your shit. I'm fucking with your song, man. Like, yeah. So, you know, and I do that just because I want to show when the industry people do hear this or higher up do hear that, they're gonna be like, man, this guy's way better than the shit that this dude's doing. Right. You know. And that's just real, you know. And yeah, I'm gonna plug that again. The Real Kingfield versus the Industry. It's fire. It's fire. Every beat on there, I demolish, man. And I do that for my core supporters, you know, so they can know that shit. I ain't made it in the industry yet, but I'm damn sure just as good, if not better. Real talk.
I respect that, man. I remember back in the early 2000s when 50 actually had that blueprint as well, when he was just going and he was just crushing all kinds of industry beats on those mixtapes. And he wasn't like, no, all right, I'm going to go spend 100 bars of nothing over an industry beat. Nah, this dude was actually making actual songs, and he changed the way mixtapes were distributed and the way, you know, artists was doing mixtapes and all that stuff like that, man. So that kind of reminds me so much of that, man. I do appreciate it when I can hear something else, because a lot of the songs, like, you know, I hear out now, I hear the beat and it sounds good, but I won't like the lyrics that go along with it. Then I hear somebody else come around with the same beat and yeah, murk that shit, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely do like those artists that can take a beat that's already being used and they can take it and flip it into something else that make me appreciate the newer version more so than the original.
Man, and that's what the people that rock with me and the people that hear it, that's what they tell me. They're like, yo, bro, I did another segment of it just because people were just like, bro, I want another segment of this shit. You know, and I do it with the older hip hop beats too. You know, because sometimes I do new wave music too. I do that new wave shit that the youngsters like in the drill. I do everything. I do all music. So whatever style, I don't listen to no rap neither. It's funny because those industry songs that I do, I just go look for the instrumental. I haven't heard none of the songs. I don't listen to them. And this is the word that I'm getting back from other people. You know, I've heard a few of them. Maybe I just did that Kendrick Lamar, that Silent Hill. My song's better. My song's way better than that. I got an NBA young boy one I did. The song's way better than his. And it's a Kodak Black one that I heard. My song's really demolishing his. Shout out to them. They grind and hustle is great. I commend it, and I definitely get inspiration from it. But when it comes to just the songs and the song being a fire song, and my shit killing that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. And that's not even being arrogant. I just haven't had the right opportunity yet. It's coming though. And when I'm telling you, when it does, it's gonna open the floodgate from here in Indiana, because I ain't gonna be fake. I'm gonna go help all my people. I'm gonna make sure I bring more dope artists on, and more dope singers, and more hairstylists, and more makeup artists, and more graphic designers, more radio people, you know, more DJs. Shout out to DJ Stacklight. I'm bringing all my people. We all getting on. If I get on, we all getting on. It's going to be a floodgate. And in return, it's going to help record labels make more money and more artists coming out. Like it's going to change the game. You know, 50 Cent changed the game because he was a nigga like me. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rich or die trying around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't playing. I'm up around the clock. A nigga like me, I ain't been sleeping about 2 days. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been up getting it. We've been up grinding. We're not playing around. I got shit going on. I'll sleep when I die.
Yo, that reminds me so much of myself back in that time, man, when I was really pursuing a career as an artist myself, man. I remember it was one time I stayed up a whole entire week just up writing and just grinding, man. You know, it didn't go nowhere at that time, but yo, the dedication was definitely there. And even though it transpired into something else, you know, that right there reminded me so much of me. I had to, you know, put that out there. That's what's up, man.
Nah, real talk, bro, because shit, I mean, ain't nobody just gonna give it to me neither. You know, the older I get, the more I understand that You know, I done been around labels and guys and people with money. They love my songs and they want to put me on, but it's an ulterior motive. They want to rap too, or they want to take my shine or help other people with my craft. And I'm just done doing that. You know, I'm just overdoing that. I know I got to get this shit for myself. And, you know, it's all love. When I can help them out, I will. But, you know, right now I got to do me and get my shit off the ground. Because, you know, if ain't nobody willing to pay me and put no money in my pocket, there's no point in me being a part of anything they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you take it from me, you're not helping me get to the top. You're more or less taking from what I'm trying to do. If you want me to do all of your shit for free, and then you give me nothing in return. Nah. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with that. This is a new thing that the real Kingfield. I'm putting all my energy into my music, into my beats for myself, and I'm going to work on my star player, which is me. Shit. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to take off because people like to label me as a producer too here in the city, but my songs are better than theirs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm the whole complete package. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I know it's going to be seen. It's going to be seen, real talk.
No doubt about that, man. So before we get ready to wrap things up, man, for those out there that is listening right now that would like to, you know, bring you onto their platform, you know, for those out there that would like to get in contact with you or even listen to your music and book you for some shows, man, how can they make that possible?
Man, they can hit me on my Instagram at The Real Kingfield. You can contact me. You can contact my management at 317-918-3573. You can get at my DJ Sack Life. You can get at my cameraman Bodyhead TV. You can type in The Real Kingfield on Google, and I'm going to pop up. And you're going to see years of work. Me and my cameraman have been working together for 10 years. You're going to see old crummy videos to the new video I just dropped today called It Gets Cold When It's Wartime. Type in The Real Kingfield. I'm everywhere. And we're going to keep being everywhere because we got to put this shit in their faces and show them who the best is, man.
I hear that, man. Hey, yo, well, man, Kingfield, we truly do appreciate you for this interview, man. I know you in the studio working right now, and I said I wasn't going to hold you too long, man. But, yo, like, this was a real dope conversation, and I know the people out there is definitely going to be feeling your energy, man. So before we get ready to get up out of here, do you have any last words, any shout-outs, or anything you'd like to say to the people?
Yeah. I want to say, thank y'all for having me, man. Go check out my new single, The Land of Milk and Hun, everywhere on every platform. It's one of my best songs, and y'all gonna love it, man, because this the land of milk and honey, the whitest gold. Real talk.
I hear that, man. And, you know, speaking of the land of milk and honey, we about to get into that track right now, man. So for all of y'all out there that's tuned in and listening right now, be sure to keep it locked and stay tuned right here to the Nonstop Radio Show. We'll be back with much more right after this.
Shut the strap, kick them doors for the stakes, for the love of the racks, bitch, it ain't no looking back. Fell in love with that money, it's the land of milk and honey, cause that white is gone. Shut the strap, kick them doors for the stakes, for the love of the racks, bitch, it ain't no looking back. Fell in love with that money, it's the land of milk and honey, cause that white is gone. I hope you can keep your soul, I hope you can keep your soul, bitch, I know the green is coming. I sit back from a distance like a guy and watch him diss me. Kept my energy, I know them bitches miss me. Love yourself and you can give me, maybe not.